Aloha, this is Maui from Maui Gaming. Welcome to my channel. So I'm in Sweden right now and I brought my PlayStation, of course, in the pack. That's like the first thing we pack, right? So I've been playing Arcanist and I'm gonna show you this, and there's some gameplay and there's the build in the end. So you can check the timestamps below and enjoy. Aloha guys, I'm so sorry for not posting for so long, but you know the MMO grind of leveling a new class is real. So, the Arcanist is the best class in the game right now, and I have spent weeks designing and testing this PvP character, the Arcanist Buff Healer. So I named it the Ultimate Arcanist Healer, and it sounds kind of cocky, but I will explain to you guys soon why the name is so catchy. So a PvP healer is not only about healing the group, but also providing important buffs as well. So this healer build, it gives ultimate generation, and it gives major courage and sustain to the group. So spell power cure is the front bar set, and then on the back bar you're gonna have a set that provides ultimate generation for the group. So spell power cure gives major courage, which is a rare offensive buff in this game, and it increases you and your allies' weapon and spell damage by 430 for 5 seconds when you overheal them.
I'll be showing you guys the stats of this character, and what you can see here is that you got unbuffed, you want to have 33,900 health, and you got maximum magicka. It needs to be higher than the maximum stamina, and also you're a mag arcanist, right? But also it's your primary resource, which we'll get back to later why that's important. And you see the sustain is good, 1623 mag recovery, some health recovery, and stamina recovery is good too. Weapon spell damage is pretty good for a healer, and also spell resistance and physical resistance. You'll be more tanky at range attacks, but spell resistance is good too.
The backbar set is Arcanist Genius that makes you very tanky, plus giving yourself and up to 4 group members 44 ultimate every time you drink a potion. So this is pretty insane. Like, you get 44 ultimate every 37 seconds, and you're using a potion cooldown glyph on your jewelry. So that's the reason why the name Ultimate Arcanist Healer is so catchy.
So we're showing you guys the buffed up stats now too. So like what I do, I cast all my skills. So many buffs, right? And then we can get this one on the front bar. I will also have a print screen of this, and on the back bar. So you guys see it's pretty good stats, you know, like. So I recommend this to you guys.
So talking about ultimate, why don't we throw in a mythic that gives your ultimate generation as well for yourself? So there is one. It's the Pearls of Elfenay. So what it does is that when you attempt to cast an healing ability when your dominant resource is less than 50%, you gain 3 ultimate. So combine that with the 44 ultimate you already get from drinking the potion, you can basically throw this ultimate back to heal and buff your team. So the Ultimate Arcanist Buff Healer also has a passive in Arcanist skill line that is called Implacable Outcome, and it gives you 4 ultimate every time you consume a crux, and this can occur every 8 seconds. So maybe I should just name this the Ultimate PvP Buff Healer. So I'm out here in Uppsala, in my hometown. This is not Hawaii, guys. I'm here visiting Sweden, and it started raining, so what we do? We wanna go gaming, right? But I need to shoot this because I want it out for you guys. So these are the buffs you get from this build. It's major courage, minor berserk, minor resolve, minor courage, minor fortitude, minor intellect, minor endurance, and major protection. And also you will get crazy strong shields to your group and yourself. Welcome to Sweden. This is how we eat candy. This is awesome, right? Well, anyways, so the ritual mundus stone is what we'll be using, and you'll be sitting at 19% healing done with no crux active. But basically, there's a passive for Arcanists, it's called Healing Tides, that increases your healing down with each active crux by 3%. So your healing powers will be super strong, and just buffing and giving ultimate to the group is not gonna affect your healing powers. So that's pretty awesome too.
So this is a print screen of the stats of the front bar, and you can see that it's strong spell damage, which is great for a healer, and also that you have spell resistance, physical resistance, and sustain is great, and also you're a Breton, so it's gonna make it even better basically. You wanna keep your health around 34k, you know, that's, I figured that worked, I tweaked it back and forth quite a bit. And Magicka, you want to have it at 23k, because that's gonna make you your mythic proc more often, because your sustain is the great thing, not your like Magicka pool. And also if you go to the back bar, you can see sustain is even higher, because that is the passive of the support skill line, that when you keep an support ability slotted, it will increase your Magicka recovery even further.
On this healer, you will have great survivability, and you're very tanky while giving your group the heals and the buffs to take care of the rest in PvP. So I grinded for 3 mythics to try for this build, and I spent over 500 transmutes and 3 weeks of building this. And I'm in Sweden right now, literally, and I'm sitting in a hotel room like a lot, sitting there hotspotting my phone to get on ESO to get internet, you know? So that's kind of funny, and I'm just such a gamer. Anyways, I want to present you guys the ultimate Arcanist healer.
So first I want to show you some gameplay. I was like thinking like I should get on and just like record something like when I'm running this. I just did a random battleground, and this one was domination, and I'm just usually, I love battlegrounds, I think it's so fun. And usually I kind of show off like I'm a healer first, just by showing the buffs the group get and stuff. And I saw this like randoms I ended up with, they seem pretty good. Like I saw their titles, I see like their level, and like basically I'm just trying to stay with the group now because I'm the healer, so I'm following them. Like I let them kind of take the lead, put down my buffs like around where they are, and then I have the ultimate full, so like I don't think they really need it yet, so I'm just like buffing them while they stand, you know, following group. And also it's kind of fun with battlegrounds. Like I mean, I think it's fun because I can always like say hello or like see who is there, you know. And oh my gosh, that ultimate is so annoying. Like you really have to watch out to stun in that one. It's the Arcanist like offensive ultimate. Like that's a problem. Like if you don't see it because of all the other like AoEs and stuff from Arcanist, you can really get trapped in that and it will melt you, you know. Especially if they're wearing something like, you know, like I mean the channeling ability like Deadly Strike or something. I would really watch out, you know. So following this group and healing and putting the shield on, like buffing them. And I already took a potion, I didn't comment on it, but I just wanted them to get some more ultimate, you know. And usually like with this one I like domination because this is good, because it's usually the fight is around the flags, you know, so that works perfect for this build too. Because you can put your AoE damage, that's like this, like AoE heals, I mean, like down. So it basically gives your allies like a safe spot to stand. And also, you know, when I'm running low on resources and I don't have a potion, that's kind of when I drop my ultimate, you know, I try to save that for that like occasion. And like I see they're standing up there on this flag, and just like sometimes it's hard when I'm not in a voice chat with my friends, you know, like and like communicate with them and ask like, hey, where are you going now, you know. Like I just kind of thinking it's good to split up like a little bit sometimes if it's a strong group, you know, like 2 and 2, you know, sometimes, you know, so we can cover more flags. And sometimes here it just turns into a little bit of a deathmatch, you know. It's just like, I think that can be fun as well, you know. Oh, there was a meteor, but it didn't do much to me. I have so many shields, you know, on this build, so like I don't really have to worry about it. Usually when you get a meteor on you, you get that circle around your feet, then you should try to back away from your group so they don't get hit by it too, you know, so then you just block, you know, like, it took me a while to figure that out. Like in the beginning, I was just like, when I was a rookie, I just kind of, oh no, what's happening? And then I just roll dodge into my group, you know, and then it's just bam, you know, like everyone just gets blown up. So that's not like the best maybe, but you will just learn from it. And this is my teammate, he's in trouble. You can see he's using the rallying cry, so he got that procced. And I still try to heal him, and like we're gonna try to fight on the flag mostly, like that's good. Like he doesn't really trust my heals yet, like he doesn't know that I can heal him. So usually it's like easier when you run with your friends, you know, because then you know, like, you know, kind of what like build are using, and like you get comfortable with each other a bit, you know, so you can know that you can. I mean, I have some of my best friends like really good healers, and then I just kind of don't even need to watch my health, you know, so I'm just trying to, like with this build, like help other people to like get like strong PvP healers, because Arcanists, they're really good right now. I hope they don't nerf it too soon, but this is a fighter that keeps going on. Like, I mean, it's kind of stalemate a little bit, like these guys, they're good, they're coordinated and stuff, so like, also I see you get the rallying cry. If you look down, you can just see how many buffs there is on us right now, because this other player is also using a set that buffs me, you know, rallying cry, and basically we're just buffing each other, like, and I usually try to stand on the flag though, like I recommend that, because when you flip the flag, that's when your points start sticking in, you know. And then I got their ultimate on me again. Try to kite that, you know, it's not too hard to kite, like honestly, I think it's kind of, I don't really like that ultimate as a DPS for PvP, because it's so like, you know, predictable, and it's pretty easy to avoid it. So, but like when you get stuck in it, then you're screwed, like, to put it mildly, you know, like, so yeah, here comes, you're gonna try to kill me, like, good luck. Like, I'm standing in all my heals, I'm standing in my shields, like, you know, it's just funny. Like, I was gonna include, I recorded something else, I had like the other teams like on me just trying to kill me, but like as long as I keep my heals up and my shields up, you're like as an Arcanist, I mean, if you build it right, you know, they just like basically cannot really kill you, you know, like, because it's so overpowered right now. So it's fun to try. Like, I mean, if you haven't got the Arcanist class already, I think you really should do it, because this is super fun to try a new class, a new playstyle. So I mean, it takes a little bit getting used to, like, but this build that I'm running right now, that the one I will show you how to set up soon, is basically I can queue as a tank, I can queue as a healer, and it works great for both. Like, I can do some of the difficult dungeons, or I mean, not like super difficult, but like still just slotting like a taunt, and then I can do a good job healing with spell power cure, giving them ultimate, and still, you know, but that's PvE though. But you can, if you want skill points, you know, because that's the grind, you know, that took me weeks to get this character ready, right? Because you need the skill points, right? So what you can do is basically you can go into dungeons to get 1 skill point per completing the quest in a dungeon. And people are, if you don't go with your friends, you can always just say that, like, doing quests, you know, in text it in group, you know, and people are usually cool with it and stuff. And this is also like just, I mean, a good way to get skill points fast. And see, this other guy running the Arcanist that, like, for DPS, like in the beginning, the Arcanists, they were running this channeling like beam a lot, but you can just interrupt it. So it's like you can either be like really ranged and just like beam people, but I think it was good for a few days only when Arcanist just came out, before people learned how to just deal with it. So I don't see so many people running it anymore. but I think the Arcanist is excelling at being healers or tanks right now. Like, I mean, I would say it's the strongest class. I hope they're not gonna nerf the crap out of it like too soon, because I want to have fun like for a bit more on my Arcanist, you know, but like they're bound to do it, you know, eventually, you know, like, but I don't think soon, like I don't think too soon. And this I was just being a bit cocky, and this like scene I was just gonna see like how I can stand this like group. You know, my group is not following me, I don't know, they're probably busy somewhere doing something, and then I get hit by that Arcanist Tide King's Gaze and a light attack. That's like the worst, when you get killed by like something easy like in the very end, you know, like, but so I died, happens. And then go back to the group, you just find where your group is and then like kind of read like what are they doing and get back in the fight. I see that's like a little crazy thing going on here. I just put some shields on them, put my AoEs down, buff them up a bit, and oh, they're in trouble over there. I shouldn't be swearing on YouTube. It's kind of fun watching other people's gameplay though. I love watching other people's gameplay. Like, I just see that everyone has different playstyles. It's fun to watch Zephyr gaming, for example. Like Zephyr from PCNA, I worked with him and made a video with him, and it's so funny when he plays. It's just like shaking, the whole like video is shaking. Like, I don't get how he's like can see through that and stuff. I usually just try to zoom out my camera and just look around like as much as I can, you know. I think that's real helpful. Like, I didn't know how to do that, but you press the down button and then you scroll out with your control stick, and then you can see your character like further away, which really helps. Yeah, you see like, okay, it's over, we won. But yeah, this is some gameplay, and then I will show you how to set up this character if you think it looks fun.
So if you like my content, guys, please subscribe. So guys, I'm gonna be showing you how to set up this character. So for your character, you want to be Breton, right? And you want to put 29 points into Magicka, 35 points into health, using the smoked bear halves as your buff food, and you use the ritual as your mundus toe. For your gear, the front bar, you want to use the spell power cure restoration staff with a weapon damage enchantment on it, with a powered trait. So what spell power cure does, it adds maximum magicka and magicka weapon spell damage, and when you overheal yourself for an ally, give the target major courage for 5 seconds, which increases their weapon and spell damage by 430. On the back bar, you want to use their Arcanist mace. I haven't been sharing this build so much yet, that's why I can't really pronounce it yet, so excuse me about that. With the weapon damage enchantment, with the defending trait, and what this one does is gives you maximum health, armor, maximum health, and when you drink a potion while in combat, you and 3 group members gain 44 ultimate, and this effect can occur once every 30 seconds. And then you want to shield with a tri-stat glyph on it that's reinforced. And remember guys, you always pop the potion on the back bar, because that's only 5p set is active on the back bar, because front bar you keep the spell power cure active. You want to use the monster set Symphony of Blades with reinforced trait, and this one will be heavy. What this one is, it gives you healing done, and when you heal an ally who is under 50% of their primary resource, grant them Meridia's Favor, which restores 570 magicka or stamina every 1 second for 6 seconds, and this can occur once every 18 seconds per target. And everything you want to have the tri-stat glyphs on it. I'm gonna say that right away. Druids Curious, it's divines, and the druid set is basically, you can honestly use the trainee instead, because it's even better, but it's because it has a item bonus that gives you maximum health. And if you use the train instead, it will give you some more health than druids, but druids is craftable and super easy and cheap to make, right? And arm cuffs should be medium and well fitted. It's also Symphony of Blades. Waist light spell power cure sash with impenetrable trait. Hand spell power cure gloves, which is light and impenetrable. And legs is the Arcanists greaves, which are heavy set, right, and impenetrable. Feet are the sabatons of Arcanists, and I'm almost learning how to say that by now. And reinforced, right? So necklace, you want to use the Pearl of Elnofey, and you want it to be infused. So this one is that when you attempt to use resources to cast a healing ability while in combat, and your dominant resource, which is Magicka, is under 15%, you gain 3 ultimate. And also you want to have it infused with an potion cooldown glyph on it. It's gonna be 8 seconds potion cooldown on this because it's the highest quality of jewelry. And the ring is Arcanists with the infused trait with a weapon spell damage glyph on it, a multi-effect enchantment with the Magicka recovery, and the spell power cure ring with a swift trait on it. So the skills you're gonna be using is, this is the front bar, you're gonna use the evolving rune mend, and then you're gonna be using combat prayer. And this one is that it gives you the target minor berserk and minor resolve. And this one is the reconstructive domain. And this one is, make sure that you keep this one around your target. So you're gonna kind of recast this quite a bit, because that's a reason why you have so good sustain on this character, because you'll be in PvP, you're sometimes stationary, like if you're standing on a flag, or if you're standing in a like stationary combat, but sometimes you will be chasing them too, and then you want to be fast. Like that's why I have swift jewelry piece 2, you know, you want to follow them, and then you want to put this down under your allies at all times, because it's basically when you're standing in this circle they get all these buffs, you know. And this radiating regeneration, this one is good to put major courage on the players that are around you, you know, so you can just spam this a bit. It will make you a bit of a target because they see you're the healer, but you will be so tanky, so it doesn't really matter on this build. Healing Springs is another AoE heal, so you get this heal on top of this heal, you know, it's just pretty crazy. So you want to put this one down from range too, because this one you can put it under your feet only, while Healing Springs you can aim it further away too. And this is the ultimate glyph of the tides, which is really good. And this one, you can keep healing this one to make it stronger. So you can put this in the middle, like, and put your heals on it. And what it does, it also buffs your group with up to 200 weapon and spell damage. And it also heals them in proportion to its health. And also gains major protection when you have it healed fully, you know, so you need to make sure that this one, like, you put the heals on it until it gets perfect, and like it lasts for 15 seconds too. So also with all this ultimate regeneration you will have on this build, you will almost be able to cast it again after you cast it the first time. So on the back bar, Race Against Time, I'm still a big fan of the Stygic skill line since my last build, the Zergherder one, and this one is great because it makes you fast enough to keep up with the group. And also it gives you a buff, like, and it also increases your critical damage and healing, and also you're immune to snares and immobilizations for 4 seconds, so it's pretty good to kite around with. This one, like, also I'm gonna say that the back part is more defensive and shields and stuff like that, because it's sword and shield, right? And you want to use the Rune Guard of Freedom, This one you put it around you, like on the groups. You run into the group and you give them minor resolve and increasing your armor, and you gain minor protection for 20 seconds, reducing your damage taken by 5%. And also it's pretty cool because you get you consume the minor protection to restore 12,300 health and scaling on your max health. And this one is an insane, like, I love this one. This is a shield that absorbs 25,275 damage for 1 second, and then 15,163 damage for 5 seconds as long as it persists. It's kind of like a block a little bit, you know, like a magica block. So this one is great, you know, so like keep this up at all times. And like if you can't roll dodge, if you're like getting targeted by everyone, then you can just use this one if you're out of stam, or like this is a block too. And then you will be using Quicksilver's armor, and this one you will want to have on you at all times. Also what's interesting with this morph of this one is that blows against your armor also generate crux up to once every 5 seconds, which is great because the more crux you have, the stronger your healing will be because of the Arcanist passive. So also this one is made recuperative treatise. You want to use this one as keeping it slotted mainly because it gives you, if you keep it slotted on either bar, you get major brutality and major sorcery, increasing your weapon and spell damage by 20%. So this works on the front bar even if you have it slotted on the back bar. And then barrier, I haven't morphed it yet, but you want to have the reviving barrier once it's morphed. It's such a grind, and I've been running like dolmens enough already, you know, but this one is barrier is perfect to have on the back bar. And to your champion points, on the green tree, you want to have a treasure hunter, or you can also, as one of my followers commented, you can also use rationer instead. Is actually better. So war mount, like these are kind of like flexible, you can use as you prefer, but war mount is great for Cyrodiil. I mean, you removing all stamina cost out of combat, and gifted rider, mount speed, and then Steed's blessing, so you're faster, right? It's funny, like now when we're all on Arcanists running around, we're getting sniped off our mounts like crazy because it's so like, we haven't really upgraded our speed yet, right? So like even the ads kick me off my horse now. And for the blue tree, you want to use the Soothing Tide, which increases your healing done by area of effect heals by 2% per stage. So this is great because most of your heals are area per effect heals. And you want to use the Rejuvenator, that is gives you extra weapon spell damage to healing abilities. Ironclad, this is defensive. And same with Duelist Rebuff, is also defensive for yourself. So on the red tree you want to be using Celerity. Bastion, because of all those shields, this is like absolutely given, you have to use Bastion. And Expert Evasion is great too, like this is my favorite champion point, like that you can roll dodge for free every 30 seconds, which is absolutely invaluable in PvP. And Rejuvenation to get your extra sustain and recovery. So, let's see, is there something I forgot? I think that you should remember that you should use the Tri-Stat potion. This is the normal potion you can use, and also I think that is it for this character. Thank you.